Hi Capricorn, this is Kelly from Moon Pie Tarot. This is your May 2017 general love reading. I had a little time, so I felt that if I could try to squeeze in a love reading for the month, that I would go ahead and do that. So here we go. And for those of you who, I looked back at my videos and it seemed like some of the signs I may have missed, and I'm not sure how that happened, or I had uploaded them and then they disappeared. So I wanted to start with Capricorn first because I feel like I may have missed some of you. So we'll get started with your reading. I've already pulled your cards, and the card at the bottom of the deck here is the Two of Rods. So I feel the overall energy for the month of May is some indecision when it comes to your love life. Some of you may have some decisions that you need to make in regard to someone or in regard to a relationship. And my love readings are always about relationships. I'll try to get to you singles, but generally most of these readings go for those of you who are in relationships. But I'll see if I can try to incorporate the singles as well. And singles could really just stands for someone who has absolutely no one in their life at the time. So this can be relationships or dating. Again, there's a bit of indecision. There's a feeling of being at a crossroad when it comes to a particular person or a love relationship. Some of you may have been offered a decision or an ultimatum, or you may have offered that to another person, and maybe you're waiting to hear back. Maybe someone has been a bit undecided about you or about a relationship. Now, coming from the recent past or in the past, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So this could have something to do with a family situation. If you are married and have children, there was a time where there was perhaps a feeling of joy and happiness, financial security within a family or within a relationship. Okay, and it's not that you're coming out of that energy, but something has occurred that is causing some indecision right now in your life. And you have the Three of Swords in the center, crossed by, in the obstacle position, the Five of Cups. So some of you may be having to make a decision about leaving a marriage or leaving a relationship. But it's a challenge for you to do that because of the Five of Cups here. Because you may feel, or someone is making a decision about walking away from a marriage or relationship, but it's difficult for them to do it, okay? Because there's so much sadness that could be the outcome. Some of you may not be able to handle this type of energy, or you may have the hindsight that this is what you will have to deal with. And you may not want to take that chance because there just could be so much sadness to come to your family. Even though, and I'm just trying to give the message, even though there is a bright side here, it's just that I don't feel like you or another person wants to cause pain. Some of you may have already, or for the month of May have already moved forward in your decision and are preparing to have to deal with this pain. And it doesn't have to be a breakup. There could be a loss of a family member. There could have been in the past, which has caused a rip in a relationship or a coming apart. Something has brought you from this happiness and this completeness into this position of a separation. And I'm not exactly sure what it is that may have happened. If it resonates for any of you and you wish to comment, you can definitely leave me a comment and let me know. But I really feel like this has more to do with either you or another person is thinking about walking away from a marriage or a relationship or a situation, a dating situation, or the hope you may have had in relation to someone that maybe you had your hopes set on, and now something has changed, but there's a decision that needs to be made in the month of May, and it's a difficult one, either for you or for another person. Now, what's grounding you is the Strength card. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, because you also have the King of Rods here. But the Strength card comes through to let you know that because it's grounding you, you're questioning if you really are strong enough to handle this situation, or if somebody has decided to walk away from a partnership. You're not sure if you'll be able to handle the pressure and the stress. You may be avoiding what could happen, or avoiding your emotions or your feelings, and wondering if you really do have what it takes to get through this, because you do have this Strength card, and this card showing up is saying that you do have the strength to get through this, whatever this situation is, or however this resonates for you. In the beginning of May, there will be some difficulty. And I feel for some of you, this is really just about your mental health. It could be like a fear of having to let someone go, or if someone has already gone, a fear of being able to handle it and not being sure how you're going to get by now. Okay, but again, you have the strength to get through it. Okay, what's crowning you is the Three of Rods. Some of you may have had an infidelity situation, but I feel that the Three of Rods really has more to do with you wishing to see that there's more to life. You trying to be optimistic, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Your thought process is this: you still have this passion for life, you still have this desire to reach out, and if this is a breakup situation, you could be thinking, is there someone else out there for me? That could be like, you could be thinking, I need to get back up on the horse and go meet someone else, and you may be wanting to do that if someone has ended a relationship with you. Your thought process, and I do feel like also that this is, to me, it's an optimistic card in a sense, because it's a 3 and it's also about communication. Or you just could be also, for others, thinking about the person that's ending. If they've ended it with you, you could be wishing for them to come back, because sometimes when I look at this card, sometimes I feel like, he's sent out a cry for help, and it will echo back to him, and he's waiting to hear a message. Okay, so some of you could also be in that place where maybe somebody has left a relationship or decided that it wasn't going to work out for them, and you could still maybe be stuck in this place where it's difficult for you to let go and grieve and move on, and you're trying to be strong, but maybe you're just waiting and hoping that they will respond back to you or they will return, because this is like a waiting card as well. And you've also got the Three of Pentacles here too. So I feel like in the future, in the near future, maybe closing in on the near the end of May, there will be some type of communication that will occur with another person, and perhaps that person could try to work things out with you, okay? Because when you look at these pentacles here, you see how he's trying to fit things back the way they were, or put things together like a puzzle piece, trying to fix things or put things in their proper place. And in terms of a love reading, I do feel like there is a possibility that someone could return or could reach out, could try to communicate to you. Acknowledgement, this card also talks about. So they could start to acknowledge perhaps what they lost. Or, if they left you, there could be acknowledgement of, maybe they realize they made a mistake and they want to try and fix things. Now, if this is you who's left the relationship, it could be you thinking perhaps that was a bad idea. Or if there was an affair, or if you had an affair with maybe a Leo, there is a possibility that maybe you could be thinking that maybe you should go back to your partner to try to fix things with them. Yeah, it could really go either way. But in the position of you have the Ten of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment card. So however this reading resonates for you, I do feel like your wish will come true, whatever it is that you're waiting for in this month. And your cups will be filled. This is emotional fulfillment. This could also be, for those of you who went through a divorce, this Three of Pentacles could also talk about putting finances in order. Perhaps there was trying to reach out to the ex-partner to try to organize the financial situation. Okay, this card can also be about things ending and giving, and that ending giving you emotional fulfillment. If something needed to end, okay, so it can really go either way. There's several different messages that could come forward for you. In the position of how your partner or another person is viewing you, they view you as someone who is like a free bird, young at heart, and desiring to be free. Maybe someone who wants to relocate, have a new beginning in life. This is what they're seeing and how they're viewing you. That perhaps childlike, maybe they view you as being a little childish. Not that that's necessarily bad, but for them, it could just be a defense mechanism because they're angry or what have you. But this is how they're viewing you. You are done with where you were, and you're ready to move on. Even if you are having difficulty, and even if this person does return, and that's what you want, they're going to see you and view you in a different light this time, because I feel like this situation here took a toll on you and you've changed. It has changed you. Okay, in the position of your hopes and fears, you have the World, and this is more of a hope. Okay, this is not like the Wheel of Fortune where it keeps going round and around, even though the phases of the moon do constantly cycle back and forth. But this is more of a starting a cycle and completing it. Okay. And I feel like that's what you want. So if you're trying to end a relationship, or if you're going through a divorce, or if you're hoping that someone will return back to you, all those elements are here, that this, whatever it is that you are trying to have in your life right now, will manifest. And this is what you're hoping. And I do feel like, even though it's in a hope position, and sometimes I say that it's just a hope position and it doesn't mean it will materialize, I do feel like this is more symbolic of it actually materializing for you. Now, it's interesting because your outcome position, you have the King of Rods. And for some of you, as I was saying, that you could be dealing with a Leo. This King of Rods has come back, okay? This is a return, a possible return of that person. This is, if you're female listening, ladies, this could be your husband, or this could be someone that you've been dating. If you were the one that ended this for whatever reason, if there was infidelity, I think that person got the message that you weren't going to put up with any crap from them, right? So this King of Rods, this could be a Leo. It could also be Aries. It could be Sagittarius, and it could be a Cancer, which is coming through for me. So, but it doesn't have to be any of these signs, but this is just someone who is passionate, fiery, energetic. He's a king. He's the head of the household. He's the, he basically fun-loving, maybe sometimes a jokester. But this is someone who is very significant in your life. And for those of you who have ended a relationship because you wanted to, you could be getting involved again. There could be another fire sign or a fire sign or someone with that energy coming back into your periphery towards the end of May. But definitely some of you have some decisions that you need to be making for this month. And they do have to do with relationships and love. For those of you who are single, kind of if you haven't had like a breakup, or if your hopes were dashed for a happy family, like here, that you perhaps wanted in the past, some of you may have given up on love. You've been putting your energy out, but not really getting something back in return, trying to remain strong, focusing on work. Okay, but hope, getting to this place where you're feeling content in your life, and your energy of being, giving up, it's like they say, if you stop looking for love, you'll find it. And I feel like for those of you who are single, who don't have anyone, and have just thrown in the towel and decided to start focusing on your own happiness, I feel like doing that is going to bring someone into your life. They're going to take notice. Okay, they're going to take notice and want to try to and they're going to come in toward you at the end of May. Okay, so I do feel it's kind of a similar message for the singles as well, but you'll be doing definitely a lot of thinking about which direction you need to take. So this really could go either way for a lot of you. So I will just say, if you wish for a personal reading, of course, I can always do that for you. You can just email me at moonpietarot.com. I also have a new service where I'm offering urgent reading, 24-hour delivery. So you can check that out. If you need more clarity on your situation, you can always contact me and request a personal private reading. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, peaceful month of May. Okay, take care. Bye.